Here we have the Weapon X origin, created by the Discord user Wiggly. I'm not saying the second one because I just won't. The Weapon X origin is a 3-impact origin. The best at what they do, but what they do isn't very nice. A lone wolf with an amazing healing factor, long claws made out of indestructible metal, great senses, and one hell of a temper. Healing factor. You are born with the ability to regenerate any injury, but be careful. Poison can neutralize your regeneration, making you mortal. Okay, so it updated to 8 hearts. And then it's gone. It's fine now. Okay, weird. Whatever. But yeah, as you can see, we got regeneration. Yeah, whenever we take massive amount of damage, we'll gain regeneration 2 after a few seconds. This buff will last around 9 seconds until it goes away again. But usually, if you take a decent amount of damage that's more than half a heart, the regen will kick in within a few moments. And hopefully, it'll save you your life. But let's say in an instance where, I don't know, you... The age-old husk. Let's fight a husk. Now the regen's kicked in, it's kinda covering out. Not really. We still need to fight back, but it mostly covers our bases and makes it a little harder to just be straight up murdered. Like, we can win a fist fight with a husk and it's fine. Just my hunger is looking a bit worse for wear. Spam clicking in 1.20? What am I doing? And of course, by now we got regeneration. But if, let's say, I was to give myself poison for 10 seconds, we're now going to take poison effect. As you can see, the regeneration effect is now going to fully disappear because we don't need it anymore. Because we can't have regeneration when we got poison. Poison's now gone, and the regen's back. But let's say if we make that, I don't know, 30 seconds, so we actually lose a good chunk of health. Let's reapply that so it keeps going. Poison can neutralize your regeneration, making you mortal. Does that mean that... Because it doesn't seem to be doing anything. We still regen in spite of having poison on us. Amnesia. After you experiment that turned you into a living weapon, you've lost your memories and you've had to slowly adapt and unlock all your abilities all over again. There are various different abilities that you unlock with this origin as you gain advancements. These advancements can range in various difficulties, whether it be becoming a village hero to unlock an aggressive dash, or whether it just be simply killing a raid captain to get good senses. For example, let's just, I don't know. Voluntary exile. Okay, so that should have been one. It obviously hasn't said anything, so let's see if it functions. Okay, I see it's worked, because the ability is now here. When you kill a raid captain for the first time and you get the voluntary exile in advancement, you'll gain access to the ability called Good Senses. This is the ability here, where you can see everything's going and how everything's not. This can be toggled on and off with your save load hotbar activator key, which is bind to C by default, but of course, if you have something like Optifine or various other zoom mods that rebind C to your zoom, you'll have to go into your keybinds to figure that out. For example, let's go in here, controls, keybinds, and here in creative mode, your load hotbar activator and save hotbar activator. This ability is done with C. So if we go over here, we can press C to deactivate it, activate it, deactivate it, and effectively everything within about, I'd say, 15 block range of you glow, which is pretty neat. Why can't you give yourself the hero effect? Because it didn't work that way. At least giving yourself the hero, the village effect, does not trigger the advancement. We want the advancement. Because the advancement only triggers when you complete a raid. And there's probably a way you can use commands to trigger advancements, but I am not that good. Anyway, now that's done. So, When you get the advancement for being Hero of the Village, you'll gain a dash ability, which is activated using Load Hotbar Activator. As you can see, there's now a loading queue there, waiting for it to queue come back up. I'm a bit of a porcupine at the moment, but that's okay. Now that it's back, we're going to start running again, and as you can see, you can use the dash to... Oh, so you can't use the dash when you're jumping. You can't use the dash when you don't have the hunger to sprint. So now I can sprint again. Can I do it on jumping? No. Can't activate when you're jumping. Must be when you're on the ground to activate the sprint key. So, nimble. You're fast, stealthy, and agile. If you crouch, you can jump higher. So, in order to get this one, the advancement you require is... If I can figure it out. Husbandry Minecraft. In order to get this one... Yeah, in order to get this ability, you need to get the Not Today Thank You advancement, which requires Suit Up. It requires this line, I think, with a better advancement mod. We don't talk about that. Because it says, become good friends with Wolf to get to level 2, and for level 3, you need to use a shield to deflect an arrow. Oh, so there's multiple different levels to this one. So, in order to unlock this... You need to tame an animal, by what I can understand. And then to get the last level, you need to get Not Today, Thank You. Which is very interesting. But pretty much it means that you now run around at a pretty fast speed. And if you shift, you can jump at a decent height. Is that 2 blocks? I see. That is 2 blocks. Luckily... This is a jump boost that only affects you when you are holding shift. That's when you get the jump boost. If you're not holding shift, you don't have the jump boost, which is a really good thing in my opinion. Oh, that's not an ability we're meant to see yet. Excuse that. And then for the last ability you unlock for your advancements, you need to get Spooky Scary Skeleton, which requires going into the Nether, and going into a Nether fortress and collecting a wither skeleton skull. This gives you the ability Unchained. With your excess healing factor, heat up your claws and destroy everything in your path, but be careful, your regeneration is deactivated while in this state, and you are poisoned by the metals in your body. This is your secondary ability key. Nimble, you are fast, stealthy, and agile. If you crouch, you can jump fire. Oh, so Nimble is an ability you have by default. You're slightly faster than usual and you can jump higher when you crouch, but it upgrades when you tame an animal, and then upgrades again when you deflect an arrow of a shield, getting the Not Today Thank You advancement. We talked about that a moment ago. Perfect vision. Your heightened senses let you see in the dark. So if we just go time, set, midnight... I do think we have some night vision going on currently, because this looks a bit brighter than what I would usually expect nighttime to be, but I could be wrong. Claws. Make 3 indestructible claws come out from between your knuckles to massacre your enemies with. This is toggled with G. So, unfortunately, this doesn't give you the visuals. But you press it, you hear the shears click. Weird. You hear the shears click, and now you got strength 2 permanently. Of course, toggle it off, and be good here. Toggle it on, and you can see we got the strength. We press Y again, fireball whooshes. It's now strength 3. Oh, I get the ability from before. Okay, so your secondary ability is, as I stated before, Unchained, which I'm assuming it's about to give us a descriptor here as well. Unchained. With your excess healing factor, heat up your claws and destroy everything in your path, but be careful, your regeneration is deactivated whilst in this state, and you're poisoned by the metals in your body. This is your secondary ability. Now, if you press your secondary ability without activating your first ability, you'll just hear fire extinguish noises. But if you press your secondary ability, you know it's activated when you have strength. You can then press Y, you'll hear a fireball, and then suddenly you now have strength 3 on top of what you had before. Though, be careful, when in this ability, you'll get random wither damage, darkness, random darkness. Effectively, you're now being hurt by the adamantite in your body, effectively. And of course, you don't have any regen right now because you're in this mode. Of course, you can toggle Y, turn off the ability, and you can regen again. It's a very intriguing thing because there is a difference between Strength 1 and Strength 2 and 3 that is pretty major and could be very handy in certain situations, but it's a balancing act on whether it's worth when you need to heal or not, because you do have natural regeneration, but obviously the other disadvantages with this is you get Wither and Darkness very regularly. Of course, it doesn't seem like Darkness affects you that much by the looks of things, so I don't know about the Darkness one, but the Wither is definitely going to get very annoying very quickly. Short, you have a short stature. I mean, if we just... I'm going to break the top block, sorry villagers. Gonna do that. Go back to survival. And as you can see, we are slightly shorter than 2 blocks, which is very intriguing. I don't think this is gonna really make any major difference in anything much, purely because, well, it's the difference between 2 full blocks and 2 3/4 of a block. It's not massive. Fast metabolism. Because of your regeneration, you need to eat more. We've seen that over the length of this video, where my hunger has just decreased at a far faster rate than what you would expect to be normal with something. I'm being chased. Anyway. Okay, you see, if I just sprint run around, actually it'd probably just be smarter just to run. And you can see my hunger is going down very quickly per the Apple Skin mod itself. You can see the black bars behind the hunger bar increasing at a rapid rate. And of course, when that reaches a full, you lose a bit of hunger. And that's going rapidly downwards. So getting a really good food source is very, very important with this origin. Heavy metals. Your skeleton is coated with indestructible metal, and because of this, when you're in water, you sink to the bottom, but it lets you survive bigger falls. So, of course, the first bit of this, fall damage. Because of your body being majority metal, you're far more resistant to fall damage. That is, I would say at least 10, maybe 15 blocks. That type of jump would usually come very close to killing the average player. And of course, it only dealt 2 hearts to me. And as you see, if we jump in the water, we immediately sink to the bottom thing. We also get Weakness 3, Mining Fatigue 2, Slowness 4 on top of everything. So basically, get out of water. Don't stay there too long. Not worth it. You are severely nuked, quite literally in water. So you're never going to do any form of Guardian Temple huntings because that's just terrible, honestly. And that has been the Weapon X origin. What are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, subscribe. Unless you're here live, then you should already be subscribed. I mean, what's there to lose? You see number go up. Whoa.